15.85 the score for Julia Evcik, which was first reserve in the ribbon final. What impact has it had on her opportunity to actually secure a medal or to challenge for a medal? We shall find out in just a moment or two, because it's now time to go back to the top of the order, and what we're going to know now at the end of each of these routines is whether the gymnast in question is positioned in a podium place or not. This is the final series of exercises, 16 of them to come. Leading the way, Ekaterina Seleznyova of the Russian Federation, then Zora Agamidova of Azerbaijan, then Yeva Melishchuk of Ukraine. Those are the top three gymnasts. And everyone else at the moment, in terms of those top positions, they're not going to feature in the battle for all-around medals, so our attention will be solely focused on what these gymnasts who are competing now can do in terms of displacing those top three. Here, Victoria Bogdanova of Estonia. Victoria Bogdanova brings to a close her challenge in this all-around competition at Napoli 2019. She will be featuring in the ball final, having scored an 18.8 and having qualified in 8th position. Real flexibility and good balance moving into that position. Nice height on the kick. And the score is 16 for Bogdanova. And that puts her in 7th place overall in the standings. Score of 69.7 for Victoria Bogdanova. Final encouragement from the coach for Sara Yana Garcia. Gymnasts from Leon will be performing with the clubs. Real character in the performances of Sara Yana Garcia of Spain. Very popular gymnast here in front of the Italian crowd at the Pala Vesuvio in Napoli. She has so often been the national champion. National champion in a nation that really does love the sport of rhythmic gymnastics. It is hugely popular in Spain. Gymnast who's reading a degree in aerospace engineering at the University of Lyon. Certainly managed to get decent flight on the clubs throughout this routine. There was real amplitude in the launch. This line in the pirouette.
At Napoli 2019 trattino basso Ita. Poter condividere naturalmente
Sara Yana Garcia giving a final wave to the crowd. Just waiting for her score to come in.
2019 qui in questo momento dal Pala Vesuvio per quanto riguarda la ginnastica.
The score is 18.05 for her.
Nastro.
Just wondering if there's any suggestion of an inquiry going on. Come back to that in a short while. What we do know is that the score for Sara Yana Garcia has her as the 8th strongest qualifier in the club's final at the moment. Carla Diaz-Arnal of Mexico to conclude her 4 routines, and she'll finish with the ribbon. Took a silver medal on this particular piece at the Pan American Championships in Lima last year. A really nice finish to the performances of Carla Diaz-Arnal of Mexico, who's become such a regular at World Championship level, the 24-year-old from Mexico City. She's getting better and better with her ribbon work. Bronze at the 2017 Pan American Championships, a silver last time. Carla Diaz-Arnal scores a 14.1 with the ribbon. Has her in 13th position with 61.05. Still, Seleznyova, Agamirova, Meleshchuk, and there is confirmation of what looked pretty inevitable, which is that Sara Yana Garcia's coach has put an inquiry in. She was straight up off the chair to go and do it. Brigita Buginas of Lithuania, final routine for her. She won the gold in the clubs at the Coupe Cup in Canada quite recently. A positive conclusion to her second appearance at the Universiade, Brigita Buginas. She's had great success at the Pacific Rim Championships. She did win club's gold in a World Challenge Cup event in Portimao last year. Did have quite a key drop reasonably early on in the routine. Almost looked as though she thought she'd made that, was turning her attention onto the next bit. Other aspects of the routine worked really well indeed. No change to the score of Sara Yana Garcia, so 18.05, 16.15 for Buginas, 12th position with a score of 65 overall. Just to come back to that score for Sara Yana Garcia, she's still in the 8th qualification position for the club's final. Now then, here is a key routine from Laura Zheng of the USA with the ribbon. Well. What about that moment towards the end of the routine for Laura Zeng? And she did have to go a long way to retrieve the ribbon. A score of 18.1 would put her into a surely unassailable silver medal position. But is it still achievable? Beautiful extension. And again. Dance background is very apparent in the stability of her turns. Now, where is she going to find herself positioned? Laura Zeng of the United States. It's Seleznyova 1, Agamirova 2, Meleshchuk 3. And it's a score of 15.25 for Laura Zeng. And that puts her into the bronze medal position. So Meleshchuk has dropped down into fourth place.
Sweden, Cassandra Pettersson.
So in the end, Agamirova very comfortable holding on to silver. There's little prospect of that changing with the remaining competitors. Now, Cassandra Pettersson of Sweden to go.
I'm waking up to ash and dust. I wipe my brow and I sweat my rust. I'm breathing in the chemicals. I'm breaking in, shaping up, then checking out on the prison bus. This is it, the apocalypse. Whoa, I'm waking up. I feel it in my bones. Enough to make my system blow. Welcome to the new age, to the new age. Welcome to the new age, to the new age. I'm radioactive, radioactive. I'm radioactive, radioactive. All systems go. Sun hasn't died. Deep in my bones, straight from inside.
Sweden's Cassandra Pettersson finishing off her campaign for the all-around with the club's routine. Gymnast who is studying towards coaching qualification. She's been working at a preschool for a while too. She's extremely interested in pedagogy, coaching and education in general. And it's been really good to see her back on the World Cup circuit this year as well, after an absence of a couple of years.
Waking up to ash and dust. I wipe my brow and I sweat
Managed to
my
make that
rust.
overreach reasonably seamless.
The chemicals.
Deductions, though, are taken from the execution score for each one of those unnecessary steps. It's a lovely toe extension.
The apocalypse. Whoa, I'm waking.
Pettersson finishes with 51.1, 22nd place for her at the moment. Now the final routine for Agustina Belastegui of Argentina. Just produced her best work so far with clubs. Can she build upon that now to finish in style with the ribbon. She has grown in confidence, certainly, throughout the course of this competition, Agustina Belastegui, and that's surely one of the long-term goals. She's just 18 and has a lot of developing still to do as a gymnast. But it's been a very valuable experience indeed for her to be at this competition. Coach looks very pleased indeed with how she's concluded her competition. Nice choice of orchestration that she used. Very nearly got that, but the start would have been a difficult move to pull off. Turned it into some nice footwork shortly afterwards. Had to really shift across a little bit to try to make sure of this catch, and then as a result the ribbon got rather tangled in a heap, which she did well to unravel.
Ribaric.
8.25 with the ribbon, 38.25 overall for Belastegui. Petra Ribaric of Croatia. Gymnast from Rijeka, the third largest city in Croatia. It's their main port. Energetic and powerful finish from Petra Ribaric of Croatia. Gymnast who trains at the KRG Zagreb club under Nika Roberta Crevatini. She's been consistently strongest with clubs across her international career, including in her 2 World Championship experiences. use of the apparatus throughout this routine. This moment where the walkover flick just didn't happen, and to therefore readjust as a result and somewhat rethink aspects of the routine. Very difficult to do. She'll have done that move 100 times, and that will happen probably 1 or 2 times she does it. The score is 13.3 for Ribaric. And all told, that positions the Croatian 20th in the standings. Rebecca Gagalo of Finland is the next gymnast to compete. Has produced her best work so far today, 17.85 with clubs. Rebecca Gagalo, who won 4 gold medals at the National Championships of Finland last year. And that's the final display that we will see from her in this all-around competition. Down as the second reserve for the club's final, Gagalo. So this is the last opportunity for her to feature in an individual apparatus final, all of which are happening tomorrow. She needs to score in excess of 16.025 to do just that. And it's a score of 15.4 for Gagalo, who's in 13th place.
Clubs, Hungary, Fanny Pignitsky.
Észre, eszedet használjad, okosabb vagy, mint a többi. Gyerünk!
Seven performances still to come as we conclude this all-around competition in rhythmic gymnastics at Napoli 2019. Fanny Pignitsky of Hungary. This is the final display for her. She's guaranteed herself a place in one final. Can she do it? In a second. Oh, it's one of the great 90s dance tracks, isn't it? There's a lot of toe tapping going on as you were watching that one. Fanny Pignitsky of Hungary. Now the question is, has she got a score big enough to get into the club's final? Will the judges say, I'm afraid it's a case of just a little bit more? Let's find out. Look back at the work of the 19-year-old who competes for MTK Budapest. Really good fun choreography. There's a little bit of homage to Gina G. .05 is the qualification mark for the club's final. Dreadfully anxious, waiting for this score to come in. We will see her in the hoop final, as mentioned earlier. In a competition of great development for Fanny Pignitsky either way. Almost, very nearly, 18.05, but down on the execution, up on the difficulty, so she is the first reserve, Fanny Pignitsky, for the club's final. So nearly there. Aya Jerman Bukovic of Slovenia. Final routine for her, competing with the ribbon. A journey that began one day when she just popped along with a friend to go and watch some rhythmic gymnastics training and decided that she wanted to make it where she spent her life. It's a journey that has taken her to international competitions, including here, the Universiade in Naples, and a proud occasion for Aya Jerman Bukovic. 19th position with 55.95 for Aya Yerman Bukovic. To Beatriz Santos of Portugal. And her final routine competing with clubs.
Stai lontana da stupore, ma che volo tuo pensiero, niente voglia e niente spero, tenerte sempre a fianco a me. Sii sicura che st'amore, come so sicura ed è.
A big routine, a great deal of fun, very crowd pleasing, obviously, with that choice of orchestration. Just a difficult one to control at times for Beatriz Luís Santos of Portugal. Just found herself rather having to scurry around the performance area to make those catches work. Shanae turns quite a big series of adjustment steps. And on that occasion, no retrieving it, apart from off the ground.
Austria, Julia Meder.
49.65 for Beatriz Santos, a total score. The final routine of Julia Meder of Austria. Having just scored a 13.6 with clubs. Julia Meder, who was perhaps best known in the early days of her international competitive career as a group gymnast. Now she's moved into individual competition, but she did compete at the European Championships in 2013 as part of a group.
Jan
24th position for Julia Meda. Her total score is 51.55. See Yan Koi of Malaysia. Final routine for the 20-year-old from Pahang. Club's gold medalist at the Southeast Asian Games a couple of years ago. And she provides great evidence, See Yan Koi, of just what can happen when you get your big international breakthrough. She made her debut in 2015 at the World Championships, and that gave her so much confidence that she went straight on to dominate the next two Southeast Asian Games so strongly. Also a mighty impressive haul of 4 medals, 3 of them silver at the Gold Coast Commonwealth Games last year. Really is developing as one of the very finest rhythmic gymnasts in the history of the Southeast Asia region. Club score is 16.5, best display from her, and puts her into 16th position with 61.85 as a total score. The penultimate routine of this all-round competition, Alexandra Chitrovensky of Canada will deliver it. Still a very young gymnast, the 18-year-old from Montreal. Only made her international debut at the Pan American Championships last year in Lima, so this is all part of the enriching experience of growing into international competition. She'll certainly have her eye on events like the next Commonwealth Games, for example. Sequences to her work. Twenty-third position for Chetrovensky. 53.1 the final score. And so to the final display of this competition, Yulia Evcik of Belarus competing with clubs. Evcik came into this routine needing a huge 19.1 score with the clubs in order to displace Laura Zheng in the bronze medal position. Just wonder if that drop was one step too far.
And with
She's certainly capable of the big scores, Evcik. It would be the biggest score of her competition so far. Lovely moments of dexterity, great flexibility in her pirouettes. That, the big drop of the club. Very little margin for error in this routine in terms of what she can give away from an execution standpoint.
Rhythmic gymnastics, 30, Summer Universiade, Napoli 20.
I just feel like it's not going to quite be enough of a score to challenge Laura Zheng in the bronze medal position. And the score is 17.5 for Evcik with the clubs, and that has her in 8th position. So not quite enough to make it into the club's final for Yulia Evcik. And there is confirmation of the final standings in this rhythmic gymnastics individual all-around event. Laura Zheng of the USA taking the bronze medal, Zora Agamirova of Azerbaijan the silver, and the gold medal to Ekaterina Seleznyova of the Russian Federation by a huge 8-point margin.
partire dalle ore 18 per il concorso generale a squadre di questa 30ª edizione Universiade Estiva Napoli 2019.
Well, it was something of a coronation that took a while to play out because Selezniova just set the pace so fantastically with her first couple of routines yesterday. She was close to untouchable overnight. After the conclusion of her third routine, she was all but untouchable. And once that fourth and final had been performed, it was just a matter of time. It was a matter of the formalities being played out. Great display from the Russian Federation's Ekaterina Selezniova.
The group all around the competition, the teams that will perform the exercise with 3 hoops and 2 pair of clubs.
And just to look at the qualification for the individual apparatus finals. This is the hoop final with Selezniova, the strongest qualifier. Yulia Evchik has made her way into that, as has Pani Pignitsky. And there'll be home representation with Alessia Russo competing. And the qualification for the ball final once again. Selezniova, the top qualifier, a big margin over Kim Chae-un, the second strongest. Victoria Bogdanova of Estonia making her way into this final, as has Salome Pashava. Ildora Rakhmatova of Uzbekistan is going to be the first reserve gymnast, with Sara Yana Garcia the second. So those gymnasts placed 9th and 10th. They wait to see if anybody withdraws from that top 8 group. As for the clubs, guess who's the top qualifier? Yes, once again, Ekaterina Selezniova, with quite a gap over Zora Agmirova. Eva Melishchuk in third position for that, with Pashava well placed. Ruriko Shibayama will also participate. Pani Pignitsky and Alessia Russo are the 2 reserve gymnasts for the club's final.
Per te che hai voglia di benessere e leggerezza, ci sono le linfe di vita snella. Le acque funzionali.
And finally, a look at how things have played out in the ribbon competition, with Selezniova making it 4 out of 4 in terms of top qualification spots. And Ksenia Mustafaeva of France, a great moment for her. She's really well positioned to challenge for a medal, as indeed is Alessia Russo of Italy. It's Victoria Bogdanova and Yulia Evchik who are the 2 reserve gymnasts. Well, that brings to a close competition just for the moment. In around about an hour's time, we will return with the conclusion of the group all-around competition. But until then, a chance to look back at some of the moments of this individual all-around competition in rhythmic gymnastics at Napoli 2019. do please join us in about an hour's time for the second half of the group event.
Arriva il 5G di Team.
Jenny, talk to me, Jenny. You make me go crazy. No, you can say yes.
Me want no problems. Me try be one of your man men. All your girlfriend them I can't stand them. I just see them in a jam man class them. As I just cast them after I slam them. Cause from the jump is you who I want. I give them play cause I would just want it. Girl take my number.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal awarding ceremony for the rhythmic gymnastics individual all-around competition. Signore e signori, la cerimonia di premiazione della ginnastica ritmica gara individuale all-around.
It's now time for the victory ceremony in the rhythmic gymnastics individual all-around competition at Napoli 2019.
We are now going to begin the awarding of the medals. Sta per iniziare la consegna delle medaglie. The medals will be presented by Mr. Oleg Matitsin, the President of the International University Sports Federation. And the mascots will be presented by Mr. Rosario Pitton, the Vice President of the Italian Gymnastics Federation. Le medaglie verranno consegnate da Oleg Matitsin, Presidente della Federazione Internazionale Sport Universitari, e le mascotte saranno consegnate da Rosario Pitton, Vicepresidente della Federazione Ginnastica d'Italia. Third place and bronze medalist, representing the United States of America. Terza classificata e medaglia di bronzo per gli Stati Uniti d'America, Laura Ihan Zeng.
A wonderful gymnast from the United States of America, Laura Zeng, a Youth Olympic Games all-around bronze medalist from 2014. She's been a trailblazer for some time, the first American to win a World Cup medal in rhythmic gymnastics. She's been their best performer in the World Championships for some time, and now she is a bronze medalist at the Universiade. The gymnast who has a bright future at Yale University, a bronze medalist here in Napoli.
E medaglia d'argento per l'Azerbaijan, Zora Agamirova.
When one thinks about gymnasts who are making terrific progress, one thinks about Zora Agamirova, the 17-year-old from Baku, the student at the Azerbaijan State Academy of Physical Education and Sports, has come on in leaps and bounds. Great development from her, and this is proof of just how far she can go. The silver medalist, Zora Agamirova of Azerbaijan.
Prima classificata e medaglia d'oro per la Russia, Yekaterina Senetsnieva.
There's an old fable from the ancient world. It says slow and steady wins the race. Not this time, it doesn't. Yekaterina Selezniova ran away with this competition from the word go. She dominated, she was magnificent, she wins it by an 8-point margin. She already came here with a full set of medals from Taipei 2 years ago. She was a silver medalist in the all-around last time. Not this time it's gold.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now please rise for the FISU anthem. E ora, signori e signori, vi chiediamo di alzarvi in piedi per l'inno FISU. It's time for pictures. E ora diamo spazio alle foto.
The medalist in the rhythmic gymnastics individual all-around competition at Napoli 2019.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the medal awarding ceremony for the rhythmic gymnastics individual all-around competition. Signore e signori, questo conclude la
brings to a close the victory ceremony for the individual all-around competition, but we still have the group all-around victory ceremony in just a short while, so do please stay with us to enjoy that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal awarding ceremony